Okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna speak about the weirdest thing. Well, that's no. Uh, okay, guess what happened? I got robbed again. I got robbed twice under a like 1 month, I believe. Okay, here's what happened. Right, um, I was going to go out again from our house in Bukop, Cape Town. Then I was gonna go to the mall because look at the clothes and shit. Why not? So I asked my roommate, he wanted to come with. He did not. Therefore, okay, I'm gonna go alone because that's what I usually do. I like to go out alone. So I went there, right? I started listening to something on the way because that's usually what I do. I listen to stuff. And I didn't think much about it because I was first living in Bukop, right? Which is like a, in my opinion, pretty nice neighborhood and pretty nice area. So I was wending down and then I crossed the big street more into the inner city where there are more poor people roaming around. Um, and then and I was chatting with my friends on Discord. I was figured like, and then we were just walking, sitting, and then I decided to wait for the bus, right? Big ass mistake. It was nothing. It was really not nice thing. It was awful. Okay, here's what happened. So I was just chatting with them. I was chatting with those people, my friend. We were chatting about things on YouTube. On YouTube, I mentioned the time I got blocked by Steve Shives, like most people on Twitter have, probably. Uh, and then I was seeing like there was coming poor people, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to give money. And then I also had to like shortcut them. Right, they were like walking towards where I was standing, crossing the street. I was like, oh no, that's bad news, bears. Because the bus won't fucking come in. Where the fuck was the bus going? So I was like gonna go in that direction, so that they wouldn't, because I assumed they were just gonna pass by me, right? And then some of these dumbass, awful, shit kids, right? He decided to restrain me by grabbing my arms and asked for money. And I said no. And he said, I'm asking you nicely. And I was like, here's the same thing I'm echoing with a nice woman I spoke to about this incident later. She also said, like, we're commenting on this. He said, I'm asking you nicely. And both me and her were saying, like, we're thinking, like, no, you're not. You're restraining me. That's not asking you nicely. Like, what the fuck are these people even talking about? This horrible kid with the cock parents. And then what happened was that they were surrounding me and they were like restraining me, right? And then I said, okay, you can have this. And then they said, no, we don't want to have you stand around. And then this taller guy who used kids to restrain me, and then he's threatening to kill me if I didn't give him my phone. Like horrible muggers, the most awful people, and like they're horrible. Right? And there was also I think he was masking himself while robbing. Like, what? And then the fourth person was so ugly I couldn't even see what like the gender it had. So I call him the thing. And those horrible things, four things, horrible cowards. And then they took my phone, which was horrific. And then they said to kill me. And then, but that was all done, right? And I was talking with my friends. I was talking with my friends in my headphones with my friend. I was talking with people on my phone whilst it was happening. All this happening at the same time. I was doing that. Which like reminded me of the thing about a similar thing that happened in Johannesburg where somebody were they were robbing a film crew that were filming something and they were airing directly, right? And then they got robbed while they were airing something, which is like it's only happened in this country is when you have conversations or broadcasting, and then you get the robbing the people who are doing the broadcasting or the conversation, which is like what the fucking horrific, and it's like it's quite special, I would say at the least. and then I was like, and then I was like walking, like running away in the opposite direction they were running. Because whoa, that's a mistake. Because because I did not want them to. I did not want them to be able to follow me and hurt me anymore, right? And then I warned. The, then I saw one with a stroller and a kid, and I said like, no, 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 you cannot go in this direction, because if I do that, then there gonna be robbers there. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, so you can't do that. And she was like, no, it's gonna be fine because they probably just mug you because you're white. And I was like, yeah, that actually makes sense, but that's because they're evil, racist, hate crime people, hate crimes committers, hate criminals. I don't know what you say, right? But then we went to the security guard. We went to the security guard that was close by, right? Not close by, but we walked about to get to it, right? Because we're guarding like a gated community, I believe, right? Because there usually are more security in the place, but just because it was before the lockdown, it wasn't right there. It was right the day before the lockdown. That's why I wanted to go out one last time before. Well, not the day before, practically the day before, if that makes sense. It was like during a Monday in the middle of the day, so there was no people outside because the dumbass lockdown, right? So therefore, we went to the cops, and the cops decided that I need to block my car. So I went back to school, and then me and school decided we're gonna do it tomorrow. But first, I need to go to the store, and block my phone. So I did that, right? And then I talked to there was some people there, right? The people there were like really nice because they were like really understanding. And then one woman, I think she was like a mother, right? She was there, right? And she was like really nice because she was like really concerned about how I felt because I was mugged the same day. And then like so therefore she hugged me, which was really nice, because I was like feeling a little bit in distress, of course, because of that day. And I was talking to her and another guy, and that's the other woman who were working there. We were talking to about everything that was going on. And then I mentioned, everything that happened, right? And then I mentioned that the robbers were so dumb. I had in my bag 2,000 rand with 2,000 rand and an iPad, but they didn't even bother to search for my bag. It kind of means something if somebody threatens you with a knife, which they did, right, and they don't even bother to search the bag, don't they realize that people might have weapons in those bags? So therefore, if you get robbed, right, give them everything you have, and if you have like a taser or something, keep it in the bag, in the backpack, right, because then you can come after them with that, I believe, because they wouldn't search for the backpack because they're stupid, right? They could have gotten more money. They would ever get for selling my phone, right? My insurance paid for my phone, right? And I have everything in my old phone is in my new phone, right? Which is the same model, so which is a lot of time spent, but they don't get it. The thing, I didn't really lose money of this except 10 rand. It was really a shame because one of the beggars who asked me for money another day before, I said I only have 20, and he's like, oh no, I can exchange it, and he gave me 10 rand back. It was a really nice beggar, right? And it's also bad that they took the nice beggar's money, the robbers took his money too. It's so unfair that the nice people, they're not getting rewarded, but like these horrible robbers are not really getting rewarded either. But back to the store, right? We started laughing about how stupid the robbers are. They're like the worst robbers. They're not good at robbing people, right? And they're not good people because they are robbers. They're like bad, and they're bad at being bad. Like you see, how there are no redeemable qualities at all. That's how stupid these people are. That's how dumb these people are. They're so fucking retarded. We started laughing about how stupid they were. And it took a while before I could like get back to my friends I was talking to while I was getting robbed because they wanted to know that I was safe. Right. It was also something interesting because the people I met, right, some people they spoke asked me about the robbers, right. The black people asked me about the robbers, right. They always asked were the people colored or if they were black African. Which is kind of, and the black woman I spoke to first also said the same. Which is kind of interesting because people say like, oh, why do you think these people are of color, they're robbers, or this is not racist? I was like, but most people ask that are black people, and they just ask them for information. There's not racist about that. It's just like they ask for facts, and also like, imagine if you go to South Africa and you get robbed by someone who's Chinese or European descent. Come on. Come on. That's not really statistically likely. It's just also a statistic. There's nothing I can do about it. Just as in Malay neighborhoods and the white neighborhoods are usually safer than the average country. That's just the way it is. The Indian neighborhoods too. Neighborhoods, if that wasn't clear. So yeah, this was basically what happened that day, and it was such a nightmare because then I had to move. I had to move to a different place. I had to move at least a few days later, right? And then I was out there. I was going to eat something before I got moved because I was staying in Sydney school, right? And then they said, "I'm sorry it takes so long time for delivering the check so that you can pay." I said, it's fine. And no, because that was the day before shutdown, which was a few days after I got robbed. Right? And then she said, no, it's fine. I have a rough day too. It's that I'm gonna move today. Yeah, from my host family to a place for with other students, right? I could move that same day, and then I had to also go and buy something in Waterfront the same day before that, which ended up being too long line, so I ended up not buying it, but it wasn't essential, so that doesn't really matter. So basically, but then I met the nicest cab driver outside the restaurant by accident, and he drove me to my home and helped me pack, and then drove me to my new student residing place, which was really nice of him. Like, he was lovely. I still have my phone, and then I gave him my jacket, just because I couldn't carry it my own. And then we forgot about it, so I accidentally gave him my jacket, and I guess he can keep it because like I don't think if I got the time or effort to call him back for it, because it doesn't really matter. It's just a jacket, and I give it to him freely, unlike with the robbers. I told him all about what happened, and he understood completely. It was really nice, right? And then after I moved to the new residency, in a few days, I wanted to go and buy food because I ran out of drinks. Had to buy something to eat, so I bought my own with another cab driver, a Uber driver. And then they were closing. I said, "Can I get escort?" They were like, "No, it's fine. They're not gonna hurt you," because they're like beggars and poor people standing outside the store, right? So I was walking past them, and then I see one of them walked down, and I was like, oh, "Okay." Then I started running. Then I got chased. I got chased by 5 blocks or 6 blocks, 5 blocks, right? In the rain, 6 o'clock in the evening, by chasing by someone with mask who wanted to get my stuff. They were so scared. There was no one else around. Besides another guy who was also running away from the same place. I was like, jeez. So no of the cars were driving by, which was very few, by the way. They wanted to help. None of them wanted to help, right? That was so scary. That was super scary. So I ran with so many bags, right? Well, not only one, but it was kind of big in my backpack, right? And the police came. And the police helped me home. After doing some errands they had to do, but that was really nice of the police. I'm so happy for the police. I really like the police. They saved me from getting robbed again. But then the student housing closed after a month, I guess, from after me moving there. And I was sad because I missed my classmates who moved a day before me, I believe, a few days before. And then I moved here to this new family, who were also nice. But there's no other students here, only me. Therefore, I was going outside to the shop and buy something, and then some guys could see that I had like some money. So when I was at the house, I wanted to go in, right? I was just about to open the door, right? And then the guy was asking, "Do you have some money? I'm gonna buy bread." I said, "Well, I only have these coins, right? and then he reached in my pocket after pushing me and stole my 50 rand. And I didn't want to open the door when he was talking to me because I thought he was like to go in and maybe hurt the kids. But now I know that if something like this happened, I should just open the door and then call out the names of the other people who live here, because they would just, well, Lise told me that's what I should do. That's the best course of action. So therefore I know that, but didn't know that then. So therefore I got robbed of 50 rand, which is like isn't much, but still, it's not nice to be robbed twice. This lockdown is wreaking havoc in this country, right? This country is suffering because of it, right? And I was talking to the women at the phone store, right? That lockdown is going to have an effect because the neighborhoods are usually safe are going to be unsafe, and then that's what happened to me 3 times, I believe. Okay, now I live in District 6, and I don't know if District 6 are usually a safe place. I think so, but I don't think it's anymore because of the lockdown. I'm not sure. I think it's better than most other parts of the country, I assume. Yeah, anyhow. But yeah, the lockdown is wreaking havoc. When I'm in the car with other people and I see a lot of people outside, I say like, oh my god, it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. I don't want to go out at all. So that when I'm ever gonna go buy something, I always go with other people and I always leave my phone at home because that's what I have to do just because of the lockdown. That's how it has negatively affected me moving 2 times. What all this going on? Oh lord, it's a complete mess, absolute mess. But hey, it's gonna be over, and I will be back to school later because school is shut down. I'll be back to school later. I hope I get in because my test is being rescheduled. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take the test in time to have it processed before I get into university. But I hope I get, and then I will get into university, start school again. I'll be back in school next year. So no more school this year, which is lovely. So so yeah, I hope. But yeah, it's so funny when I talk to teacher in school. Like, do you think the economy is gonna recover? She was like, no, I don't. It's gonna recover, or I don't know if that's what we said, but the economy is gonna suffer. Probably not suffer and die, but it's gonna suffer, which is like, what can you do? Yeah, and then the government is making it worse by. Well, I've always spoken about this on the live stream. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm gonna link that in the description if I ever manage to upload this. So yeah, that's about it. Bye bye.